Oh, hello. Well, on this Sunday, I'm remembering the people in South Carolina, the 9 that passed away, and my prayers and my thoughts are with the families and friends. I've heard like some disturbing stuff on Fox, like, well, not really just Fox, but the way they're like saying, oh, they're attacking the churches, and they're trying to make it not seem like it was a racist terrorist attack. And unfortunately, in the history of America, we've had churches, black churches, bombed. They had the 4 little girls in Birmingham that was killed, and the church had been bombed. That same church had been bombed before previous. When Obama got elected, right around there, somewhere between he got elected, I think it was the day he got elected, they burned the church, or was it when he got signed in? Anyway, but there's always, it's because a black church, we put the churches in the most segregated places on Sunday. All white people go, they speak to, Caucasian church, and black people, they go to churches where it's basically melon people. And, if you're Asian, you'll probably go where there's more Asians. If you're Spanish, you'll probably go where there's Spanish-speaking people at. If you're Muslim, you'll probably go to where you could practice the Muslim. Anyway, yes, we do have racism, and it's in the United States, and it's by design. Like when they first said, oh, Columbus, whatever, came and found the United States, and later on they're like, no, he never did touch ground on the United States. But one thing you must listen to when they say, oh, well, we call the people we saw here Indians because they resemble the Indians over in India. The Indians over in India, they're all different hues of melon. Some of their hair might be more of an Asian type of strain, but they're real close to Asia. But also, American Indians look like Asians because they already had people that was traveling from Asia. They island hopped on the Pacific side. They had multiple islands, and the people lived off of out of the water. The people lived off of the ocean. They got their food out of the ocean, fish, and so like we have been misled into thinking one way. Like I hear like these people talking about, oh, like white people. Well, the reason why I fly the Confederate flag because my ancestor died here. Well, every one of my mother's 6 brothers went off to 6 different wars. We probably would still be sending our children off to war. They still had the draft. We just don't have the draft anymore. So, is there a race problem in the United States? Yes. Do we have signs all around us that white people are organizing as a terrorist racist group? Yes, by them flying their Confederate flag. It lets you know who they are and what they are. So we definitely do have a racist problem. We do have a problem with white folks that they kill a lot. You could also see the race problem filter over into our police department. We have the highest amount of police murdering citizens in this country than any other country. I heard somebody that was talking about Honduras, how dangerous it is to travel in Honduras because, they got a big, cartel of, I don't know, the CIA is down there trying to traffic drugs up through here. So you can tell that it's very dangerous in South America because of the drug cartels, because of the oppression, and because in a way the United States tried to cipher the growth of South America. They're full of riches, gold, oil, and all abundance that nature could provide for somebody, just like Africa was. And you know, these big corporations, they like to use racism in a way that they could go to places like Honduras, tell white people don't travel there, because they're busy raping and pillaging that country. Either through the Federal Reserve, you know, give them some outrageous loan, sort of like how they did with the student loans. And, you know, people's going to take them 40, 50 years to pay off. Something that should only took them 5 years after they got out of college with a job to pay off, or sooner. Only because they can make a lot of interest. Anyway, so we do have a racist problem. We do have a racist problem that filters out into our court systems, that filters out into our churches, and it filters out into our schools. As long as we have politicians trying to make, you know, because like right away I see white people who are like, oh, it can be a race problem, it must be a Christian problem. No, it's not a Christian problem. It's a race problem. If you go, like I can go like we got like 100 churches in this little 10-mile radius right here, or maybe more. But anyway, and they're all black. You know, I already know if I see a white person in this area, either they lost or they work with the police department. They usually just try to use only blacks because, you know, the white person would just stick out like a sore thumb, because this area is not interrated. This is all black. The only time, you know, like even when you go downtown, you got a few white people that live downtown, but most of the white people, you know, they come to work around blacks. But before that, in lots of incidents, they're segregated too. They're segregated because gated communities. They're you know, like because of racism, because of segregation. You know, we still have the results. You know, it's not like, oh, they said, oh, okay, well, Jim Crow's over, so nobody think like that no more. No, there's people that still think that way. We have a big racist problem, and that's one of the reasons why we can't educate our kids. They're going on, oh, this kid had real problems, he dropped out of school. Yeah, racist. If you're gonna buy into all that racist stuff, you can't educate nobody too much, because then they find out the white man lied. That all that bullshit those racist people sprouting out, they ain't the only ones that can say their ancestors been in wars. Because this is a warmonger, you know, Caucasians and left in their own greed is very, very murderous, dangerous race, and it's only because that they buy into that they're supposed to be superior because of their color. But don't miss the point, white man. You always want to talk about World War II. Well, World War II proved during the Olympics that the blacks are superior. So it doesn't matter. Destroying the black race, we take the whole world with us. They say for every one of us, we take 10 of you. And that's the way it's always been written. That's the way it's always been. And you can look at the results around this world. You can look at what happens when you do terrorist, racist acts like shoot up 9 people in a church. And if one Muslim gone man could consider a terrorist, then yeah, that little white boy's a terrorist. He worked for a Ku Klux Klan and 19 other white racist supremacist groups. They bred that boy. And that's the weakness in the United States, is ignorant, racist, white trash. That's how they're able to like get decide for them to send all our manufacturing business overseas, like with Detroit. White people say, oh look, they got making too much money making those cars. So it's really easy for them to send that over to overseas, where the people in those other countries making all that money. And that money ain't filtering back here. You know, you look at Ford. Look at Chrysler. Oh, great manufacturers. Look at Motown. What's the first thing they wanted to do? To buy Motown up. And here comes the Beatles. The Beatles actually, you know, a lot of people can sing and everything. The White Album, that wasn't racist. You know, the colored baseball team, right? They couldn't stand seeing them make money, and I hear black people talking about, but they weren't paying, the color league wasn't paying the colored people right. So we have to we all got to go work for the white man. We can't fix us, because we looking for Superman or the Green Hornet or Spider-Man to come say you. Well, Superman, Batman, the Green Hornet, and Spider-Man don't come to the ghetto. You better go get Blank Man. Anyway, I want to say that it was a racist act, and any state that flies a Confederate flag at full mast after a mass murderer by a racist little punk-ass bitch like he is, it just proves that we got some big issues, and we got some politicians that are just some punk-ass, racist-ass bitches. And that's the truth.